Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca Moon. Thank you for coming to my video. Today I just wanted to go over all the different tarot card decks and oracle deck that I own. Well, I have an oracle deck and a goddess knowledge deck. So I just wanted to go over them briefly with you. The first deck that I ever got was this one. It is called the Dragon Tarot, and I believe I got it when I was around 13 years old. I still have the guidebook and it's still in pretty good condition. Gives kind of brief description. You know, of course it has some spreads in the back, typical spreads. And then, so this is the actual deck. I knitted this cover for it a while back. And so I actually still have the cardboard box it came in. It obviously doesn't have a top or bottom to it, but it's a little stained in there, but it's fared pretty well for being, you know, over 15 years old at this point. And this is the actual deck. So one thing I've noticed over the years is that it's definitely gotten kind of, you know, messed up, but considering I've shuffled it many different times, it seems to be holding up pretty well. I have considered recently, since I'm getting into modding decks, just cutting off the edges and seeing how that is, because the white edges aren't really necessary for the front or the back, and they're all kind of damaged, so. But I'm just really happy with how these cards have lasted, and they always read really great for me. I've tried to get a couple other decks in the past. One of them I still have here. This was, I believe, the second deck I ever got. I was either a teenager or in my early 20s when I got this deck. And what I really liked about this deck is that the front and the back are, it says two sides that give the tarot a new dimension. So it's interesting because this has the little white book in it. My dog recently kind of chewed all that up. But this is the little white book. That's in a different language. But the thing that I like about this deck is that it has colored pictures and the black and white. So it's interesting because the backs, you'll always know what card it is. Man, he really tore into those cards. So the front will have, you know, the colored beautiful picture, and then the back has that same picture, but black and white. So I believe, from what I remember, is that instead of doing like full-on reversals where you read the card upside down, you can also, sometimes they might fall in the black and white version. But these cards were just really beautiful. The thing was, though, that I had been reading with the tarot deck for so long, every time I wanted to use this deck, it literally, I couldn't find it. Like, it was just gone. And so I'd always have to use my tarot, my Dragon Tarot, and to me that made me feel like I wasn't meant to use this deck. Even though I liked the artwork and everything like that. You know, that's probably why I chose it, because it's like fairies, and I love fairies, so. But yeah, so that was kind of my idea, was that for a long time I thought I really only had one deck to use, and I mean, that was kind of fine. It always worked for me and it was always good. But you know, obviously that's not the case. Like, I love the Dragon Tarot and I continue using it, and it is one of the best decks that I do have. But I have since discovered that I can actually use other decks. So another thing with the Dragon Tarot is, you know, it has certain symbols at the bottom, but it's definitely not, I wouldn't say it's totally Rider Waite. I never really learned off of Rider Waite. I only really learned about that more recently. I mean, I've always kind of heard of it being the typical deck that people learn on, but this was the deck that I learned on. This was the deck that I used for many, many years. So the deck that I got after that, I actually ended up giving to a friend because it wasn't meant for me. But then the next deck that I got was actually this one, and it's based off of my favorite podcast, Welcome to Night Vale. If any of you listen to that, it's a very strange podcast. So when I found that they had made a tarot deck, I was super stoked about it. And so this is the back of the cards. It's got a creepy eye. A lot of these cards are creepy. I mean, if you listen to the show, you'd know. But they are so freaking beautiful. They're definitely some of my favorites. This star over the RB sign. They're just so gorgeous, and I used this deck the first month that I got it, and it was really amazing. It worked so wonderfully. But I just love the artwork on it. A lot of it is kind of, I guess you could say Rider-Waite, but a lot of it's not. Most of it I would probably say isn't. I even read some reviews about this deck before I got it, and they were saying like it's not a real tarot card deck. You probably can't really read off of it, but I think that's kind of, I think they were just probably more traditionalists and more into just using Rider-Waite, because I've read with this wonderfully in the past. This one is so creepy. The Three of Wands. Four of Pentacles. This one, it's just my favorite right now. It's just so gorgeous, like the artwork. It's so weird. But the Two of Cups, this is one of my favorite cards. I love this one. But let me try and find my favorite card real quick, because it's so beautiful. All of these, even these floating styrofoam cups, just so beautiful. So if you're into Welcome to Night Vale and you didn't know that they had a tarot card deck, and you're into tarot card decks, they have a tarot card deck. Like this one is so amazing. Let me try and find, I love this is the Glow Cloud. I'm trying to find my favorite one real quick. Oh, here it is, Eight of Cups. It's just stunning. So yeah, this was the next tarot most recent newest edition. Not the most recent was this one, but you know, it was one that I definitely got recently, and I freaking love it. It's just so amazing. It reads so well, and it came in this cute little bag that matches. With a cute little Welcome to Night Vale eye on it. So that one is great. Let's see. Oh, so the next deck that I got is this one, the Mermaid Tarot. I want to knit a case for it, because right now it's in this guy. It's got a gigantic guidebook that has really good pictures and pretty great descriptions. It also has a pretty good introduction. Even in the back, I think it has like, oh yeah, it has spells in here. So you can use tarot cards, a candle, and crystals, and then it has a little spell in it that you can do. I haven't done any of these yet, but I definitely think that they would be interesting to try out. And so this is the actual deck. I'm wanting to reback this, and I'm in the process of edging it. I've never edged cards before, but ever since I started watching Boho Tarot, I've been interested in it, because this is such a beautiful deck, and then it's got the white sides, and you can almost see the variegated different colors of the background. It kind of makes it look weird. But the thing I hate about these cards is how thin they are. They're extremely thin. This is the Fool. I love this card. But they're very, very, very thin, and so I'm kind of worried about that, and so I was thinking about rebacking them, because Boho Tarot does a couple of videos where she shows you how to do that. I'm going to grab the cardstock that I'm thinking about rebacking it with. Like I said, right now I'm in the process of doing the edging. And one thing Boho Tarot mentions is to, if you're going to reback a card, to do the edging first. And so this was the cardstock that I bought for it. It's got some hollow, it scales, and it's just beautiful. And it, you know, it's mermaidy. So I mean, I love the back artwork. I'm not gonna lie, this is gorgeous. I don't necessarily want to cover it up, but they're so thin, and they're already getting kind of damaged, and I've barely been using them on some of the edges. See at the top right there, they're like basically getting instantly damaged, and so I kind of just want to protect them because they're beautiful cards. I love these ones. I can do a full walkthrough on this deck if you would like. It's got every suit is a different kind of mermaid, which is really cool. And they're just gorgeous, gorgeous cards. I would really just like to keep them in the best condition and looking the best, so that's what I'm probably going to do. Just finish edging them and then also rebacking them. And then of course the most recent deck I got was this one, which I did a whole video on that you can watch. And then also I have these Goddess Knowledge cards. And this one also kind of got torn up by my dog. I want to use these as oracle cards, but, and I mean, I guess they could be used as oracle cards. Some people use them to draw a card to work with a goddess, like to draw a specific goddess, and then they can either work with that goddess or research that goddess. I kind of like the idea of doing that as well. Although recently I got Eve, as in Adam and Eve, and it says the goddess Eve, so I've never considered, you know, Eve as a goddess, but I guess in a way she is. There definitely wasn't just one man and one woman, so I mean, she kind of is, you know, more of an idea than she was an actual person. But I figured that would be kind of difficult to look into. Maybe there is a goddess Eve that there's a bunch of information on, I'm not sure. But yeah, these kind of have, you know, a whole paragraph about the goddess and High Priestess. Like, this isn't anyone specific, but there are specific ones. So, this is the goddess of the moon. Yeah, represented waxing and waning moon. Beautiful card. Got all those moons down there. So yeah, this was another deck that I have. And then another, a real oracle deck that I have is this Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle. I obviously put a coffee on top of that or something. So this one is really interesting because they have different sections based on kind of what the crystal is. Oh, it lists all the chakras there too, and even secondary chakras. That's nice. But yeah, it has a lot of information, and I haven't really delved too deep into this yet, but I am super interested in working with this further. So you see how it has different colors on the outsides. Those mean different things based on what the crystal can do for you. So it's like healing. What was this one? That just says earthy, cosmic, integration. There's one more. Interactive. And then, you know, each of the oracle cards, it has a bunch of different options on how you want to read it. You know, it kind of has a general reading, self-understanding, divination, healing insight. It gives you the frequency, chakra, timing, and soul path. which I kind of, whenever I read these, I really just, I read the whole thing, and then whatever seems to be related to whatever my issue is going on, or if I ask a specific question, whatever's kind of about that specific question, I will, you know, pull those words and I'll write them in my tarot journal, which again, I can do another video on that if anyone would be interested. But these cards are really great to use. Sometimes if I have the actual stone, because I don't, this is a lot of stones, I don't own all of these stones, but if I pull a card and it is a stone that I own, I will definitely like carry that stone for the day if I can, because I feel like I need to be with that one. But there's a lot of stones in here that I've never even heard of or have never owned in my life, and so I would definitely like to, you know, get all the crystals I can get my hands on. I definitely want to do another video about that as well, about crystals and everything like that, because they are very important to me. And it has like a silver gilding on the side that's really pretty. You can still kind of see the colors of the edging of the cards. But yeah, so these are all the decks that I own right now. I definitely plan on getting more soon. I definitely want to get more oracle decks, because I really only have this one oracle deck. I don't know that I can really use the Goddess Knowledge cards always as a tarot card or as an oracle deck, but I definitely want to get more oracle decks. I've been looking at the Mermaid Oracle. I believe I should be getting that soon. And yeah, if anyone is interested in watching a video, you know, just specifically about one deck, kind of like how I did for this one when I first unboxed it, I can go through all the cards and, you know, show all of those if anyone would be interested. Just kind of let me know what kind of videos you would like to do. I am interested in doing, like I said, crystal videos. I have a lot of crystals and I wouldn't mind talking about those. I also do journaling, bullet journaling, witchy journaling, and tarot journaling. So if anyone is interested in any specific type of videos, please leave me a comment below and I will see what I can do. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. If you like this video, please like it, comment, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you.